Today, we're going to be touring a new yacht from Majesty Yachts. This is the Majesty 100 Terrace. It's 105 feet and 8 inches in length, or 32.25 meters. You have a beam of 23 feet and 11 inches, or 7.3 meters, and a draft of 6 feet and 6 inches, or 1.99 meters. Inside, you have 5 cabins, sleeping up to 10 guests. And this is hold number 2. This is a newer yacht from Majesty, but I believe it premiered last year to great fanfare. And thank you, of course, to Majesty Yachts for granting us access on board. And we're at the Cannes Yachting Festival, so as you do in Europe, we'll make our way on board via the Passerelle. But you can look down onto the hydraulic swim platform. And then there's a lot of features on this yacht that come standard that are very high-end, to include this fold-out sun pad. But then underneath the sun pad, this entire area actually hinges up and we have a garage inside. We can fit a tender up to 3.7 meters in length. So that's pretty great for a yacht of this size. One thing I've noticed on every Majesty yacht that I've toured, they do a fantastic job of raising the bar with what you're able to do with the volume and interior space on board. And this yacht continues that trend from what I've seen in my initial walkthrough. So walking up onto the aft deck area, long gone are the days of always having a dining table here. A lot of yachts are really focused on more entertaining spaces with alfresco dining options elsewhere. So we can see the furniture right here. And the interior and exterior was designed by Fathom Studio. I'm a big fan of some of the yachts that they've done. And you'll notice on the bench back here, this is also convertible. Because we have the sun pads that are aft, you can take this section and move it forward or aft, depending on how you want to configure this space. So I really like that flexibility. And you also may have noticed the teak lining over here, and that's because we have fold-out balconies on either side of this aft deck space. So not just one, but on both sides. And when these are folded out, the area stretches to almost 9 meters, which is very impressive once again for a yacht of this size. Let's take you down so we can show you the swim platform up close. I really like the hybrid space right here with the loungers, cup holders, but then you still have the garage underneath. And then also, if you notice on the high-low platform, we have the stairs right here. So when this is lowered into the water, these stairs will integrate nicely so you can step literally right up from the water onto the yacht. So we're going to make our way inside. These stairs will lead up to the flybridge. And this yacht is very busy at the show, so we may run into traffic here and there, so just bear with me. But here we can see the main salon. You have the beautiful floor-to-ceiling windows on either side. There is a TV that flips down from right here, but with a lot of the storage areas and the TV, Majesty did a great job of hiding all of these features. For instance, this storage area, you wouldn't even know it's there. And this whole section you'll see swivels out when we open that up. It's just little details like that I think are very impressive. And you'll find details like that all throughout this yacht. And the door was locked open, but that is a powered glass door that grants us access into this main salon. And then moving forward to the dining area, we have a beautiful table here. And little matching details like this I like. We have the marble accents in the floor, but then this shape of the marble is actually mirrored to this mirrored finish overhead. So it's very symmetrical and it looks very high-end when you're seeing it. And then we do have additional storage in places like this. And once again, I love how integrated they make this. Although the design element is there, it comes across different doorways. So you can see storage behind, but the detailing just flows seamlessly across this space. I'm very impressed with everything I've seen thus far. And we also have the sliding glass doors on either side. So if you want to set up a cross breeze in here, you could do so because we have doors on the other side as well. Overall, you get tons of natural light, and it's just, in general, a very impressive space. And before we head to any of the guest cabins or the owner's suite, let's check out the crew domain. We have this door right here, which grants us access to the small prep space, as well as the wine fridge. There is a side access door for the crew, and all of the access points for the crew to get around the yacht are located on the port side. And then this is a fire-rated door, so it's very heavy. But this is one thing that was done in-house by Majesty, which of course is a brand owned by Gulfcraft. So they went with the stainless steel commercial setup in here with commercial Miele appliances. You have refrigeration, additional refrigerator and freezer right over here. Or rather, I think both of these are refrigerator doors, and then the freezer is over here. And then off of this section, the crew area on this yacht is actually split. We have the captain's cabin located aft near the engine room. Through this hallway, we have the laundry facilities. And then down this hallway, they're closed off for the show. But this is where we have 2 bunk rooms. So you can have 5 crew members in total, or technically 6 if the captain's cabin is shared. But we have 2 bunks in here, both with their own en-suites. And there's another fire-rated door that leads back out to the hallway right over here. But I think we're gonna head back where we came from. Back out into the dining room and main salon. And now we will continue the tour forward because I really wanted to highlight the beautiful details in the wall. And guys, look at that. This is incredible. And this, of course, is the stairway down to the guest cabins and then up to the bridge deck. But first, we're going to check out the owner's suite. Here you'll find the day head. And then you're going to see right away, once we enter this space, why they call this yacht the 100 Terrace. So stepping through this door, you have a ton of closet and storage space over here. Then I'm not going to make you wait to talk about it. Check this out, guys. We have a private terrace space off of the owner's suite, hence the name. And before we step outside, let me show you the rest of the room first. It's the full beam of the yacht. You have a settee on the far side, a TV that rises up right here. We have the dressing table over here. There's also, I believe, behind one of these, I think we have a mini bar, or at least a refrigerator. And then your ensuite is tucked away just aft of your bed. So this is the walk-in closet space on each side. And all of this is also done in-house by Majesty, so you have very deep sinks and a large shower. I also like the large window that you get off of the shower. Who doesn't want a nice view out onto the water while you're taking a shower? All right, now let's step outside. And if you're tall, you do have to be a little mindful because the door, it's a little lower than normal. So if we take a slight duck down, but then once we're out here, we can fully stand up. This is the terrace level. Let me adjust this camera setting. I know it's very bright out today. This is a private oasis out here for the owners. You can have your morning cup of coffee here, or you could just lay out on the sunbed. But then of course, when the crew needs to access this area, underneath, and they have this hidden very well, you can see access points for the crew. So it's a very flexible space. And the idea behind this, normally on a yacht, this is very much wasted space. So they were able to add an element to still make it pleasurable in an area that you can enjoy, while still being functional for the crew. And this isn't the only access point. You also can access it from a staircase that leads up to the foredeck. But we're not going to head there yet. We're going to stick with the interior for now. You have to let me know what you think of this area. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. And this door is also powered, which is, once again, just very impressive. You have nothing but luxurious features. They try to incorporate every single detail into the yacht to make it feel like a 5-star hotel. And in my experience, they've certainly lived up to that expectation. Let's go check out the guest cabins. We'll head down this beautiful staircase to a large landing area. And then the two VIPs, they're mirrored to each other. I like the accent light details in the ceiling. They do have a small dressing table over here. And then, of course, the well-appointed ensuite. Lovely stone accents lining the entirety of the walls, the ceilings, the sink. And let's step back all the way towards the window so you can see this room from the other side. Of course, your closet is right here, and we also have the built-ins. And then when we look up in this area, there's actually a skylight all the way above up on the bridge deck, but that is open. So I'm going to tilt the camera up so you can see what I'm talking about. So you get lots of natural light down in this landing area. So once again, a really well thought out design. We have additional storage in these closets. Same thing with the closet right here. And then we have the final two cabins with two singles. And still extremely well appointed en-suites. And you'll see that even the smallest cabins have a bench in the shower. And I don't think I showed the other one. It's mirrored to the last, but I know a lot of you probably want to see. So here you go. So those are all 4 guest cabins in addition to the owner suite. I really like the floating staircase element, and we are running into some traffic. But this is your sky lounge. And then here is that larger skylight that I was talking about before. And a cool thing about this, sometimes it does get too bright in here, even with the skylight. So with the push of a button, you can frost it. So that's a nice touch, because sometimes it is actually possible to have too much natural light. There's a TV that comes up here. These windows that are powered, this is once again a standard option on this yacht. So everyone can enjoy a cross breeze in here. And you get that on the opposite side as well. You wouldn't necessarily expect it, but you also have the day head on this level. And the bridge is also located forward, but we're going to go to that in a few minutes. It's actually occupied at the moment. So let me take you back to this bridge deck aft. And here is where we have an alfresco dining table. So we opted not to have it below, but you have a beautiful space to dine out here. And this is accompanied by the bar area. The ceiling, which can be opened or closed. You also have, I think, a teppanyaki grill. And some of these options can be customized to your liking. Same thing with the furniture back here. This can be customized however you'd like. But no matter what you do with the setup, it's a fantastic space and you have a lot of volume out here as well. On a 105-foot yacht, I am very impressed with how much space they were able to put up here. And I think that's very important as well because this is not a tri-deck super yacht. So having a good amount of space is crucial in my opinion. And we'll step all the way back so you can take it all in. These stairs will lead down to the aft deck where we started. And then we're gonna head up to the foredeck next. One thing that's extremely important to me, especially on yachts that aren't absolutely massive, 150 plus feet, I think you always have to be very smart about the design and ensure that you utilize every single space on board. And this yacht does a tremendous job of that. For example, this foredeck area, we have multiple spaces to hang out with the U-shaped seating, your tables. We have everyone's favorite, the hot tub. I know some of you were ready to type out the comment, where's the hot tub? So don't you worry, it's just located forward. And then we also have sun pads just in front of that. And then you can see the skylights in the floor here, and that's for extra natural light down on the terrace level, which we can access right here. So earlier, this is what I was referring to with the connectivity. So the crew, they will utilize this staircase when they need to access the front of the yacht. And we also have the heavy duty pop-up lights. Once again, really elevating this space. And a very super yacht-esque feature, we actually have integrated wing stations, and these are located on either side as well. Let's just put this back down. So that's another fantastic feature on this yacht. We're gonna move forward now and check out the bridge. I also forgot to mention earlier, this yacht features two different color palettes. You can go with the dark or the light palette, and this yacht comes with the light palette. But the bridge is one example where you will find a lot of dark materials. This is to help reduce glare. We have 3 multifunction displays. And take a look at this control panel. You can see everything and monitor everything on the yacht from here. Very aggressive windows as well, so you get great visibility. And then you have some seating back here, storage, your captain's chair, as well as a side access door out onto the foredeck. And I really like the contrast between the dark finishes which are facing forward, but then when you face aft, you get all of those light finishes again. All right, let's head back downstairs and we will figure out where we're going next. I think we've seen all of the interior spaces. Now we need to go check out the engine room. So if we head down this staircase, and one thing I really like, even though the yacht is only 105 feet, we still have a full staircase. So it's very easy to get down here into the crew mess. And you can see they have an expandable table, an L-shaped seating section, a TV, but currently it's set to the camera system. And this area is very spacious for a yacht of its size. And then the captain's cabin is located just through this door. And it's actually also a bunk room. So if it's just a solo captain, they can utilize this room, or you can have up to 6 crew members if you have this space full. And you can see their ensuite. So 5 or 6 crew members, depending on how you want to run the yacht. And also, I didn't mention it before, but I just thought of it because I noticed it here. We have storage under the bed. And in the owner's suite, you also have plenty of extra storage. You can actually lift up the bed with a hydraulic lift, and you have storage underneath. You can see your fridge and freezer. And then what we came down for, this is the engine room. And this yacht is brand new, so naturally it's going to be extremely clean, but also you can tell it's really well designed. We have plenty of headroom. It's really well lit. And you can see we have MAN or MAN engines. This yacht comes with a pair of MAN V12 engines rated at 1900 horsepower each. You have a top speed of 20 knots. You can cruise at 14, and I read you have a range of about 1,050 nautical miles. Continuing forward, you will find the generators on either side. And you also see the staircase because there is a hatch in the ceiling, so there is another way to access this area. And I think if we peer all the way down, you can actually crawl all the way into the garage, so that's pretty cool. But we're not going to do that today. Let's close this up behind us. And we'll give you one more look at this very spacious crew mess. And I think we've seen every area on the yacht. I'm a big fan of this design by Fathom Studio and Majesty Yachts. So let's give you one more look at the main salon. Thank you again to Majesty Yachts for granting us access on board. I think this is going to be another very popular model for them. And we will finish the tour over in the owner's suite, maybe out on the terrace. Comment down below, let me know what you think, and we will catch you next time.